If you think about business intelligence today, any company is deploying business intelligence to about 25% of their information workers, so people across the organization. And really where they're struggling is getting it above that line, make sure that everybody's participating and getting access to the information that they need. Making decisions is more than just reports and analytics. It's about being able to connect with the right people so you can make the right decision. So best practices for driving business performance, as we interact with a lot of companies, mid-market companies, as well as enterprise companies around the world, we see some of the most amazing work done by these organizations. I think the one that sticks with me the most is really the companies that understand that business intelligence is not what it used to be. When you think about business intelligence as a capability you're going to give to just a few analysts, just a few people inside the organization, and think about an issue that really just matters to people that have PhD in analytics inside the organization, that might be just fine, but what you're missing there is the opportunity of empowering everybody inside the organization. Think about it yourself. You're making decisions on a daily basis, and what is going to make your organization different, what's going to allow them to outperform the competition is to empower you best with the best information that is relevant to your role and as actionable for you. So when we look at the best practices and what some of the amazing work that these organizations are doing, what we notice is they hire people in order to be better or the best at what they've hired them for, not to be better analysts. I've recently been able to publish a book on the subject where we interviewed a large amount of companies across the world, across industries, and you really see this trend where guiding pervasive BI as a best practices really starts with understanding who are you people, the types of decisions they made, and how you empower them. We can see examples like Pilot Travel Center is a great example of return on investment on business intelligence. I think they said when they start gaining insight, every hour saved is about $1 million saved to the bottom line. And there's details behind that. But I think what you really see is this empowerment of information worker, access to information for everybody inside the organization have tremendous results. Another example is a European bank, Fortis, in Europe. It's a company that took a look at how they were going to develop a culture of performance across the organization, and they really looked hard at how they were going to develop that culture inside the entire organization. They had a new CEO come in, Jean-Paul Vautron is the name of the CEO, who came in and set an objective for 5 years, and they reached that objective within 3 years simply because they were able to not only drive the culture change, but also empower everybody and have a set of information or a set of applications that were easy for people to adopt. So, key themes here again is empowering, information workers, the folks that are on the front line, not just the people at the top line. What we're finding is in the enterprise world, particularly today, the people at the top of the organization are the ones that have access to the most information. And the people at the bottom that are making hundreds of decisions on a daily basis are the ones that have a really hard time getting their hands on the information they need. So it's kind of a paradox here because the people out there at the top organization making few decisions have access to a large amount of information. Now people at the bottom of the organization that are making a large amount of decisions have very little access to the information. So when you start pivoting that back to empowering more people with the right information that's relevant, information that's actionable, you start seeing tremendous results. So Fortis is one, Eli Lilly is another one, the Pilot Center definitely is one of the most recent ones with tremendous ROI.